Who are you?
I'm Jason Shellen.
And I'll tell you why I started right in on that.
Okay.
We've known each other for quite a while now.
Yes.
In fact, we first met during the last downturn, I think. Right?
We absolutely, yeah, 2001.
We got to stop meeting like this.
It's worked out well for both of us, I think.
And we're going to launch right into what you're announcing, and then we'll do a separate interview about the fun things you've done in the past, because you've helped start Blogger, which got sold to Google, and you helped start Google Reader, and you've done a lot of things in your career which are pretty interesting. But what are you announcing tomorrow?
So we're announcing Plinky.com, which is the site we've been working on for a few months now. We got started over the summer, but what we're announcing is sort of a unique new way to inspire and motivate people to create content. And it's a fun application, and it integrates with all sorts of other aspects of social media.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So can we see it?
Absolutely. Let's dive in. So Plinky is available tomorrow. It will be available at plinky.com, Plinky. So you can see here that every day what we do is we provide a prompt, and sometimes that's a question or a challenge. When you're on Plinky.com, you're confronted with what sort of looks like a card, but it says recommend a movie for a friend stuck on the couch with a cold. Yeah. And so what's a good one? Back to the Future.
Spider-Man or Back to the Future.
I think Back to the Future is always a good.
All right.
On the couch with a cold. So why is it perfect for an ill friend? It's an old favorite. Who doesn't love Marty McFly? Okay. You can choose to add an introduction if you want to talk about the time that you went to the cinema with your friends and you had a great time seeing Back to the Future. You can do that. Yep. You can take our default title here of Watch Back to the Future next time you're homesick, yep. Or you can add some unique twist to that as well, or blow it away entirely. What you can do here is you can preview this answer, what this would look like on Plinky.
And you got the cover art for us automatically, which is pretty cool.
Yes. And then when I'm ready to answer, I just click Answer, and that will take me to a confirmation page letting me know that not only has it been posted to Plinky, but it's also been posted to the blog that I've associated with this. So the second part of Plinky is that not only do we save all these things on Plinky, and I can show you that in a second, but we provide a way to send this off to Blogger or Facebook or Twitter. You can share that with your friends
cool.
On Facebook here. We're making use of Facebook Connect. On Twitter, you can enter your username and password, and we'll make a quick post out to Plinky. Out to Twitter, rather. If you don't have one of the supported blogging platforms that we use, you can always just use our embed code and select that and post that somewhere. Or if you'd like to use good old-fashioned email, you can go ahead and say, hey, look, I just filled out this cool thing. I'd like you to try it as well, or at least look at my answer.
Okay.
So let's dive into what this post looks like on Plinky. So once you've answered it, we'll always tell you what this is an answer to. And then you can leave comments if you feel like saying like, oh, I love that movie, this is fantastic. I'm looking at my own. If I were looking at someone else's, I could star it. And then see all answers. This is all answers related to that prompt for that day. So this is everyone who's gone through and answered, and you can see their usernames and
now can I, if I don't like the prompt that I see tomorrow when I try it, can I come up with my own prompt, or can I come up with my own post or my own funny thing that I want to push out to people following me on Plinky? So
what we've stayed pretty rigid about is having us come up with the prompts for now. Okay. That's just because we're a seed stage company and we absolutely want to make sure that we get things right. But we could see opening it up in the future to doing something like that. We actually have a link on our site that, if you'd like to suggest one that would be great for everybody, absolutely, you can do that. But if you don't like the prompt that day, we certainly have other prompts that you can go to and check out and answer. In this one, Defend Your Vice, I think chocolate is a good vice. This one actually goes out to Flickr and searches for Creative Commons rights approved images.
Yep.
And then I can choose one of those to put in my post, add an introduction if I'd like. Why would you quit?
Yeah.
I don't think I can quit. Okay, so if I answer that one, then that gets posted out.
Okay.
But I can actually hit this list of prompts and see every prompt we've ever asked, and you can answer any of those at any time.
Oh, you can. So you don't have to
Right.
answer today's prompt.
You don't
can
have
go
to.
back old
No, you don't
prompts.
have to answer today's at all.
Got it.
In fact, let's pull in another one that maybe I can show off a little bit of some of the other interesting things that we do. So
Back on the movie question you're going to
Sure.
ask tomorrow, can I load in YouTube like trailers for movies, and can I link to maybe the IMDb database so that you can get more, so that people following me can click on a link and
Sure.
see more about that movie?
So right now, because we're using the Amazon image database for a lot of this stuff, we link back to Amazon to say, hey, here's what that actual thing is. We're actually exploring a bunch of different options right now in terms of who is the data provider on the back end and the rich kind of information. So I mean, we're starting off pretty small. So on this one, for instance, we're making use of a free database of artists and songs, but the images actually come from Amazon. In the future, we'd absolutely like to do things like streaming music or absolutely
Well,
like
for
what you said.
movies, I'd love it. If you sent me, a movie,
Mhm.
I'd love to click on add this to my Netflix queue. Or
Absolutely.
Something like that.
So all of those are things that we're talking about doing, but with an interface that moves around as much as we do, we're probably going to see how people use it first and then start rolling some of those changes in.
Cool.
So let's see, overplayed songs. Let's go with Beyonce. It's always good. Irreplaceable or Crazy in Love. That's a good one too. And
So it asks you it prompts you with some ideas, or is that because you've already filled that in before?
no, this is actually, we have autofill for the artist and song name. So if I said Madonna, it should give me a decent list as long as I can spell. All right. Let's do Crazy for You.
Yeah,
Make it a crazy themed playlist.
I like
For
it.
those at home, I don't know that there we go. And the other thing, I can expand on this. I can say, that it reminds me of my junior high school dance, or I can say, I just like to make it a pretty simple list and skip to the next thing.
Now I can already see that somebody who's really into Facebook would love this because it could be used to augment your profile. Are you hooking into the profile at all, or are you just going to be a separate app that sits in?
We don't hook into the profile right now. We're using Facebook Connect, which is it seems fairly extensible, so we could do things in the future. After people have answered things for a while, we've talked about different ways to pull together, movies and books and movies and things that they've told us into some interesting fashion. So I could see doing that in the future.
Are you building me an about page that I could link to and everybody could see my answers?
Not explicitly right now, and I think
Okay.
a lot of this goes back to some of the philosophy at Google of starting slowly and rolling those things in over time, but really trying to get a good solid product and then roll those things out.
Also, I've noticed that you have followers and following, just like Twitter does.
Yes.
Do you pull in followers or following people from your Twitter account so I can pre-populate it with all my existing friends?
Not yet. That's absolutely something that we'd like to be able to do, to have that portability. I mean, there are a lot of efforts to do social network portability, and I think we'd absolutely like to do that. It's pretty new. A lot of that stuff is pretty new. We're actually, we do allow you to go into your email address book and say, who are the people who have already signed up to the site. So, if your networks look pretty similar to begin with, then it should be not too hard to, take a look at your Gmail account or Hotmail account and add all those same people. We'll let them know that you'd like to follow them, and then send invites to those people who, are not yet in our system.
Tomorrow, if you follow me, can I automatically follow you back, or do I have to manually follow each person?
Meaning, is there like an auto follow behavior? No, there's not an auto follow behavior. It's definitely like a reciprocal thing that needs to happen. So right now you need to click through. We do make it pretty easy to see these things though from the People tab up here. I'm going to abandon that prompt and go into your followers.
Yeah.
So you do actually get a page where you can click through and say, you know, these people are followers of mine, so I can unfollow Biz or I unfollow from this page, but I can also easily follow. So if I decide to start following Andrew Crow here, I can hit follow, and that action just takes place behind the scenes.
That's nice.
And same goes for the following page. We have, you know, obviously if you're already following these people, this is an unfollow action, or you can cruise through all people. So
Right.
if I see that, you know, Scoble's just added his username, then I can cruise down the list and hit follow.
Okay.
And then which actually brings us to this other thing, which is we have this concept of recent activity. So what we did in the fall actually was we did release the product for a very small group of people. And these people who are using the site gave us the immediate feedback that, you know, they liked answering things on the site, and they loved the prompts that they were getting, and they thought that these things looked really rich and interesting and fun to post to other places. But what they were also saying was, now, you know, show me more from other people. So we started building in all of these activity streams.
Yeah.
You can see recent activity, so I can see that these people just posted things to Plinky. I can also filter that just by, you know, just answers, just favorites.
Yeah. Can I go
and
to
just comments.
your page and see who you're following, like on Twitter or on Friend Feed?
You can.
Okay.
So let me actually take you to my profile page, and actually let's look at somebody else's profile page here. Let me hit people.
And then.
So here's my profile page. The reason why not mine is because you get to see all my, you know, the edit in settings and these sorts of things, which you don't see on somebody else's.
Right.
So rather than, you know, there are a lot of great blogging services out there. Twitter is great, Tumblr is great. All these things, all these services are fantastic. So rather than create another service, we really want to help people with their existing social media profiles.
Yeah.
So what we've done is created a simple profile for you. So very simply, like, here's a little bio, here's some latest answers. I can click here and see all of the answers from all time and page through all of those. But I can also see the people that this person follows.
Yeah.
So let me actually hit.
I find that very helpful because that's usually how I find the coolest people, because I see who you're following and I can click through and follow them as well. How are you going to make money at this?
So on our aggregate pages, I mean, you can see already a little bit. We have some ads on pages that are not my settings pages and things like that.
Right.
Let me go to answers. So let me hit the all answers pages.
And how are you funded?
We're funded by we're venture backed. So Polaris Venture Venture Partners out of Boston, and Jeff Clavier, who's on the West Coast here, funded us back for like a small series, or actually seed stage in July.
Yeah.
But if I want to see, so in terms of funding, we're going to have a little, you know, some advertising and play with the model a little bit.
Are you going to try virtual goods at all so I can buy stuff for you?
You know, I don't know about most of those things. So we do have some future plans in terms of revenue that we probably can't talk about yet. And
You're just like
to
Twitter.
say,
are you copying him?
we're not. we worked together for a long time, so maybe I did learn a little bit there. But I would say that we have a number of different models to play with.
Very cool. Any last thing that I need to know about Plinky?
No, you know, I think the best way to learn about Plinky is to go sign up for an account and try it out and let us know what you think. We absolutely care quite a bit about what our users have to say about the product. So we're listening to that, and we'll absolutely roll those things into the product.
Very cool. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.